are just story. I won't give you my time like before. Kwa nini hukusema hata sorry? Ulienda ulidhani hutapitia, so kwa nini unaniletea ngori? Achia mapenzi wenye wanaelewa, and let me focus on my glory. Mwanzo sikuelewi, alafu mi sikujui. Mwanzo mi sikupendi na tena mi sikutambui. Sitaki, siendi, sifanyi, sisikii. Sitaki, siendi, sifanyi, sisikii. Sitaki, siendi, sifanyi, sisikii. Sitaki, siendi, sifanyi, sisikii. Staki mimi drama, staki kuziona macho zako zikinitazama. Salimia mama, alafu umwambie mtoto wake ni hasara. Wanaiita karma, imekuwaje sani wewe umeshikilia kamba, na dunia imekufunza, na ukirudi hapa tena utapata nimehama. Mwanzo sikuelewi, alafu mi sikujui. Mwanzo mi sikupendi na tena mi sikutambui. Sitaki, siendi, sifanyi, sisikii. Sitaki, siendi, sifanyi, sisikii. Sitaki, siendi, sifanyi, sisikii. Sitaki, siendi, sifanyi, sisikii. I was there all along, and you couldn't wait to move on. And I don't know what more I could have done. Look what you've become, feeling so alone. Sitaki, siendi, sifanyi, sisikii. Sitaki, siendi, sifanyi, sisikii. Sitaki, siendi, sifanyi, sisikii. Sitaki, siendi, sifanyi, sisikii. Shani, you already know. It's magic. Painting, not a painting. If a personality a dead thing, it's a dead thing. No. Painting can do a smart thing if she loved Jesus and she put away her dead sin. Painting a straight shooter, painting straighter than an arrow or a ruler, and make sure painting always keep it 100. Painting low, yeah, you can give her 100. She not defined by the world now. She gave Jesus Christ all control, yeah. Rainbow shinda gold, yeah. Now watch her taking over. She not defined by the world now. She gave Jesus Christ all control, yeah. Rainbow shinda gold, yeah. Now watch her taking over. She a painting, na na na. 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 Painting not defined by her outer, but she working to bring her inner to her outer. Painting know her worth is in the King, and she is a new creature. Yeah, she know what that means. confident, she's confident that her other king painting is confident painting. Got tunnel vision, fight a mission. Keep her eyes on the prize, she got the winner vision. She winning. She not defined by the world, nah. She gave Jesus Christ all control, yeah. Rembo Shinda Gold, yeah. Now watch her taking over. She not defined by the world, nah. She gave Jesus Christ all control, yeah. Rembo Shinda Gold, yeah. Now watch her taking over. She a painting, na na na. 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 She not defined by the world, nah. She gave Jesus Christ all control, yeah. Rembo Shinda Gold, yeah. Now watch her taking over. She not defined by the world, nah. She gave Jesus Christ all control, yeah. Rembo Shinda Gold, yeah. Now watch her taking over.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Luku safi baby jo unatisha, beba raha twende usijali form ni instant. Na lugha yako leo utaitika, leta sana lete kiburi takumaliza. Na beshte yako alinita madam, twende sana twende si ati tutashindwa. Lakini tabia yako nini bana, I say hello, chunga utaniebisha. Kabla twende sana kaa ukijua nataka Westmola kwa Cynthia. Alafu baadaye utadishi na chumvi juu kachumbari imeisha. Soda mbili na sasa unanishikilia ngamwavuli. Na club inafaa kutuacha tuwezi si wawili. Tufike sehemu kilele hadi asubuhi. Nguvu yangu yote ni atire ujuaji na fungu la 9. Umefurahi sana, shukuru Kenya Power. Au ndo wameleta giza. After today won't be the same, and it's so hard you fit my description. I have a lot to say, and I feel need sharp paint the picture. After today won't be the same, and it's so hard you fit my description.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Caroline Murote. Welcome to today's edition of Sheversations right here on Power Radio, where you tune in and power up. Here we are all about the art of expression. And if you want to have a conversation with us on the socials, we are at Power Radio on all the platforms and at Caroline Murote on all the platforms. So happy Wednesday. It's gonna be a chill 2 hours, 12 minutes into the hour. It is 12 minutes past 11, and Sheversations is on air on YouTube and on our Power Radio website every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So I hope that you are excited for today's show. Now we've been just vibing to some good tunes. We were set off by Polaris Pauline with Sataki, Painting by Shani, because that's what we are, that's what you are. Unadu by Polaris Pauline, because sometimes lazima tujiulize, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And what are you actually doing? Let me know. In the second quarter of the year, or the first that come out delusional and you don't want to let go of beginnings. You know, there are people like me who really struggle with the fact that the year has already gone. Yani imeenda. It's, you can't, reverse. I'm one of those people. So what are you doing? Let me know what you're doing. April, what does it look like for you? Are you excited for the, upcoming Easter holidays? And even for people that don't actually observe Easter and what Easter stands for, it's 2 days off. Unapata Monday or Friday off, unless your boss hates you. I'm very sorry. Or unless you're walikuwa wanaitwaje pale during COVID, the people who used to work doctors, critical, oh my goodness, I've forgotten. Yeah, unless you work in those services where, like we need to be in restaurants, you work in hospitality, izo tunaelewa. But if you don't work in those spaces, guys, and your company will not fall apart and you're not being given off, poleni guys, your boss hates you, and I hope that you do better for yourself. Mjipende. And yeah, so it's a beautiful day. We're in the rainy season, so of course we're gonna wake up in the middle of winter. By mid-morning sai, the sun is extremely hot. Alafu sijui tutanyeshewa jioni, and then evening we'll pretend it's okay, and then kutanyesha tena, and we're used to it. So at this point, this weather is like some of us ladies, some of the girlies, you never know what you're getting, and that's a beautiful thing. I'm not complaining about it. It's a beautiful thing. Like Zoya to that, like I might be having I might be the happiest person, and then maybe a certain time of my cycle, unaona two energies are low now, Jui. I really learned to study my body, and I just want to ask you ladies, do you actually know your body? Are you in touch with your body? That's what I want to know. In terms of, can you tell when you're ovulating? So, if you want to understand how serious people tracking their bodies around their menstrual cycle is, and around their exercise patterns, their feeding patterns, basically studying your body, because you're a woman and just the woman's anatomy is very unique. If you want to know how serious this is, head over to YouTube and look for tracking videos, menstrual tracking videos. It is crazy. The ones who journal on their planners or on their journals, bullet journals, they have trackers for temperature. You measure your temperature in the morning. You measure your temperature in the evening. You check the consistency. We're big girls here, so we can talk about this. You check the consistency of your discharge. So on the videos that I was watching, apparently this is what you do, yeah? You're very clean. Sanitize yourself, very, very clean. Nothing with chemicals on it, just very clean, sterile hands. And then you put your fingers inside your vajayjay, and then you check the consistency of whatever it is that you find by rubbing your fingers and just like opening your fingers slightly and seeing, is it like mucus? Is it like gum? Is it like what? And then checking the color. And apparently there are so many different ways that ladies can know how they are, where they are in their cycle, so that if something is not okay with your body. If there's food that you ate that didn't agree with you, if you traveled somewhere that's just a different environment, physically, or also you're in a different mental and emotional space, you can tell how certain circumstances actually affect your body, which is empowering. Information is empowering. However, the obsession is also crazy because just like, for example, with the natural hair trends, we tend to go overboard. The past few years, natural hair may trend. Alafu sai watu wamechoka kidogo na natural hair. I don't know if you guys have noticed, since around 2016 to around 2023, 2024, natural hair was a thing, and now people are like, it's fine, now I'm just gonna relax my hair, I'm gonna put dreadlocks, because it was a trend. It wasn't something that, you know, is a part of us, and it's okay for people to do it as a trend, but the obsession and becoming a product junkie, how do I know? I know because I became a product junkie. Because tell me why at a certain point of my life as a student, because oh my goodness, when the bills are not being paid by you, wadau, wacha niwaambie, tell me why I have ever bought products for 7,000. Like za nywele, like nimeingia supermarket na receipt ndio hiyo 7,600. And all I have bought ni vitu za nywele, guys. Like kuna msee ana survive na Aremis for hair. Kuna mtu ana survive na Blue Magic, and then there is Caroline Gadhoni Murote, who in 2016, 2017, before I saw the light, before the economy started talking to me directly and hitting me where it hurt. Anyways, it's nice to be comfortable. Like if that's you and you can afford that, I'm really, really happy for you. But present Caroline is regretting. So it's the same thing with checking your body and just getting into all of these things. It can be obsessive. And the point of everything I'm saying is balance. Please be balanced. Don't let it take over your life because asa ulikula jollof rice and all of a sudden something has changed. You're like, no, I'm not going to eat Nigerian rice. Like, that's weird. Like, a lot of things will affect your body. Let me give you guys an example. People think that everything that makes you diarrhea or changes your stool consistency, yeah, we say we're talking about all these things, is bad, but not necessarily. It just means that your body is not used to processing this kind of food. So it's not necessarily true that when that happens, that there's something extremely wrong. It means that there's something extremely different. But because we lack information on why these things happen, we lack information on how to translate certain things that are happening to our body, we just make assumptions and we are wrong. So now I'm like, kila time nikikula this kind of food, this will happen. If I eat this kind of food, this will happen. And I don't want this to happen, so I won't eat this kind of food. What I want to say to everybody here, especially all the ladies, just let it be coming from a point of information. When I was in high school, I was taught that when you're on your period, when you're going through ovulation, certain things happen. And through conversations with a lot of ladies, I discovered that a lot of ladies don't know that your knees or your thighs may hurt because you're about to ovulate or because you are a few days or a week from your period. For some ladies, it's strictly during or before ovulation. And for some ladies, it's right before their period. And for some ladies, it's right through. Now, I don't have extreme symptoms, but I do have very notable symptoms. Like, naeza kuwa nimekalia boda and I feel like my back is the wrong position. Kumbe, it is the retention of water sijui in my back wapi sijui where. How do I know this? Because I read about it. When I was in high school, when we had those free periods, and I don't mean periods of menstruation, I mean like free classes, and during prep times, I used to really notice when there was something going on with my body because I was present, I was focused. Hiyo ndio masaa ya kusoma vitabu, and let me tell you, that's when you notice everything. If you're not falling asleep, you're really noticing what's going on in your body. So I could tell that there's a particular time in the month where my knees just hurt for no reason. Like, zinakuwa tu eki kidogo. And that's later on when I studied about what happens during menstruation. That's when I understood, oh, so this is a sign that I need to prepare that my period is coming soon. If I'm just tired for no reason, or just extra tired in a way that I can't account for, it's probably just my body changing. Hence making me tired, because you might not be doing work externally, but internally there is a lot of work that your body is doing to prepare for a baby or to protest. Sasa ni maandamano ya you didn't give me a baby. So let's look at it this way, that when your body is changing and upsetting you, those are silent demos. They are soft demonstrations. Nasikia? They're go slows. And then when everything starts to fall apart and you're bleeding and your body's falling apart and you feel like a crazy person and everything hurts, those are full on mandamano. So imagine police, tear gas, like everybody is fighting, your body is fighting against you because why did you not give us a baby? I think that's diabolical, but I like the fact that I know that my body is working healthy and so we can actually track. So do what you will with that information. I'm just an information geek, guys. I like to share what I found out because I feel so empowered ever since I learned to study my body, to check consistency of my discharge. I'm yet to buy a thermometer so that I can get into that. But yeah, a lot. Sometimes you're even more thirsty when you're ovulating because your body is using up more water and excreting more water just because you're in a certain time of your cycle. Meaning that if you want to regulate that, you need to drink more water. Sometimes you're very prone to colds and flus because your body is using a lot of fluids that are not, like everything is not well. So you need to eat more fruits, nini, to keep yourself healthy at that particular time. And once you study your body consistently for like 2 or 3 months, assuming you already do have a pretty regular cycle, then you would be able to predict that when this happens, I already know. I'm not confused. I'm not wondering, Mbona, why is my back hurting? Why are my boobs sore? Why now do I all of a sudden have a sniffy nose? Why do I have a headache? Why do I feel annoyed? So let's be empowered with information, ladies. There is a lot of information on the internet. Just make sure to double check, triple check, quadruple check, because also Google will tell you that you're dying. Yeah. You will be dying. You will have paranoia that wewe una kufa, and we don't want that for you. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed today's show. I hope that you really, really enjoy the show. And right now we're going to dive into energy. Polaris Pauline and Susie Noma Mudhoni, the drama queen, followed by Wema Wako by Shani.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Maisha ina stress but sitachoka, manake mimi staya mimi nyota, Mungu peke ndio mimi nitaogopa. Get back 'cause unachoma choma daily na meremeta, form yangu ni kutesa, usikol kama si pesa, bade nachipeleka, inaselela dombola, mandem and lose composure. We catch flies, now feelings, leo tuna dance for ceiling. Don't waste my time, don't miss my energy, don't kill my vibe, don't mess my energy. Let's say goodbye, just fly around me. Let's spend some time, just spend some time with me. Feeling important, feeling like something is coming all over me. Feel like a soldier, feel like I'm going to war with the enemy. I've gotten older, I'm very comfortable with my identity. It's never over, I'm ready, I'm willing, I'm feeling hypnotized, I'm feeling like a child. I need to realize I'm feeling so alive. I take off my disguise and I get myself the prize. I don't mean to be shy, all I can do is try. Don't waste my time, don't miss my energy, don't kill my vibe, don't mess my energy. Let's say goodbye, just fly around with me. Let's spend some time, just spend some time with me. Some people search and seek until they find the light. Some people think that everything they think is right. Some people don't believe in peace, they want to fight. Some people not my type, some people not the vibe. Shangilia, pango yote imepangiliwa, shida yetu yote tatuliwa. maisha yetu imebarikiwa. Shangilia, pango yote imepangiliwa, shida yetu yote tatuliwa, maisha yetu imebarikiwa.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Sitting at the corner, me and Susie know we ain't got no worries. We are looking like the owners, sipping on Coronas, looking at the phone. All them pretty boys come and tell us how they want us. Mambo ni kungoja, haki utangoja. Sinaga my time, taku waiting na be oja. Planning how we want, take over the walks, riding on the drums and the clap and the bass goes boom. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. If you really know it and you really wanna show it, be the way to go. Go and grab somebody, move your body, show somebody, be the way to go. On this I know, all this I know, all this I know. On this I know, all this I know, all this I know. I'm at the corner, me and Susie know. We ain't got no money, but we do it how we wanna. Minting our nails, checking our mails. All them pretty boys wanna have us, but they feel like Kim Tangoja, Leon Tangoja, Sai Tukoak, Sakunaga Zavioja. Running how we want to, take over the waltz, riding on the drum and the clap while the bass goes boom. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. If you really know it and you really wanna show it, be the way to go. Go and grab somebody, move your body, show somebody, be the way to go. On this I know, all this I know, all this I know. On this I know, all this I know, all this I know. Now you wind your waist, comme ça. And now you screw your face, comme ça. Exaggerate the waist, comme ça. Resuscitate the place, comme ça. Wow, wale waka 50-50, comme si, comme ça. Now wale waka 50 PSC, comme ça. Tuko tu, sa mdogo mdogo yani, comme ça. Hallelujah, watu meiva design, comme ça. If you really know it and you really wanna show it, be the way to go. Go and grab somebody, move your body, show somebody, be the way to go. On this I know, all this I know, all this I know. On this I know, all this I know, all this I know.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Shani, Laura, you already know.
Tabasamu usoni, furaha moyoni, ninaye rafiki wa kweli, mfalme wa amani. All the sorrows and the worries, nikiwa naye nyepesi. That's why I dance and sing, yeah.
No matter where I go, I'm surrounded. And if I ever fall, I'll never take the fall. Cause your blood paid the cost, I'm not bounded. You gave me a brand new chance. Now I'm living like it's heaven on earth since I met you. Don't have to die, go to heaven just to get you. I have that here, I hold you dear. You whisper and I know that I'll make it, that's clear.
Wako na baraka, zinifuate maishani mwangu. Wema wako na baraka, zinifuate maishani mwangu.
Yeah, let's talk about mercy, yeah, you give it every day. Talk about about grace, say you give it when I pray. Talk about goodness, talk about love, talk about all the blessings that you get from
the
above.
good side, the bright side.
Come as you are, yeah, your life will never be the
good
same.
side, the bright side.
Pero hoy ako yote watching credit all the way.
Wako na baraka zinifuate maishani mwangu. Wema wako na baraka zinifuate maishani mwangu. I'm cruising, steady moving. I'm cruising, steady moving. I'm cruising, steady moving. I'm cruising, steady moving. Wema wako na baraka zinifuate maishani mwangu. Wema wako na baraka zinifuate maishani mwangu.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
So that was a beautiful triple threat. That was Polaris Pauline with Energy, Susan Norma Modoni, the drama queen, and Wema Wako by Shani. And thank you so much to God for waking us up this morning. Do you ever wonder, do you ever think about just how interesting it is, how life can be so fleeting? Yani, umeamka, so when was it? I think it was Monday. Nilikuwa naenda home. Was it Monday? Yeah, it was Monday. Nilikuwa naenda home pale natoka na Mat Zagashie pale Latema and Odeon hizo za Latema and tukafika mahali and then I was told before I saw it by the guy sitting next to me that amepitia hapo chini River Road hiyo yenye ina connect na Odeon as you're leaving town towards Koja and that there was an accident. Funny thing is that tulisikia but we didn't know. Unajuanga tu venye town is weird, like, you know, at this point tumezoea tu maendeleo ya town, like there's just so much happens in town, in CBD commercial particularly, hata downtown depending on, you know, kama umezoea. And saa tukasikia this noise and then later on when the matatu fills up, the guy tells me, by the way, unajua nimepitia pale and there is Nduthi guy mwenye amegongwa na mat. Wacha tufike hapo guys, and it was such a bloody sight. And of course watu wamezunguka, but from inside the matatu, cause ilibidi tuzunguke hii matatu, ilibidi sijui tuingie wapi ndio tutoke ndio sasa we can join the road, because hiyo matatu imesimama katikati ya barabara, imesimama kwa junction, so you just have a little wiggle space nyuma ya hii mat, alafu sasa ndio utaweza kupita. And haikuwa kwa lane moja, ilikuwa katikati ya lanes mbili, so if you're passing there, ungekuwa stranded. So we had to pass behind, go around one of the buildings and then come out in front of it. So tuliona when we're about to squeeze behind the matatu and venye tulitokea sasa in front of the matatu after going around a particular building. And it was so gory. It was so gory because half of the bike was mangled. Alafu unaona damu. You can't even understand if that human being bado ako in one piece. And I think about that sometimes because sijui kama ni accidents zimeongezeka of recent ama ni mimi mwenye now I'm noticing these things because I might be more alert or maybe I'm more observant. I have no idea whatsoever. But I tend to think how fleeting life is. I thank God so much. I'm ever so grateful. When somebody said don't be grateful because things are happening to other people, sio lazima utaje ati I'm grateful, you know, because other people died. You know, because it almost seems like, you know, God chose to keep you and not the other person. But if we're being honest, it's moments like that that really remind you the value of life and the value of being grateful to the one that sustains it. Because I don't have all the answers as to why, you know, some undeserving person would die like that or get into such a gory accident because the rumors were that that person had died on impact. It was not confirmed, but that's what they were saying. That's what people were saying, because pia makanga walikuwa hapo. Unajua venye makanga wanakuanga kama 6 of them in some of these matatus. Some half of the makangas were just some young kids. And they said that wanasema amesha kufa. So nobody had come, no police, no ambulance. So they were just waiting because, of course, it had to be cleared. And these are the incidents that happen that make me, as an individual, extremely grateful. They make me really, really, really reflect on the value of life and how important it is for me to say my prayers. Again, I'm not saying that the reason why people die is because they didn't say their prayers, but I'm grateful that I have somebody to be grateful for. I am grateful that I have somebody who I can look up to. And I just want to share this before we talk about what's happening. Kitu yenye leo is just, imeni inspire. It's just a very, very, very short scripture. So let me see if I can find it real quick right about now. Yeah. And then I'm going to share it to you right now. Let me see if I can find it. If I can't, that's okay. So yeah, it's Proverbs. So yeah, so we're just talking about gratitude, basically, as I look for this particular scriptures. And I just, as I share this, I just want you to just think about the things that have happened in your life and around you to other people that tunaona ni kama wewe, you are lucky enough to not be caught there, and yet you didn't do anything to deserve it. Alafu pia ukajiuliza why did it happen to other people and not me? You feel like you're the lucky one. You feel like ujawai patana na hizi vitu up close. You're always a witness to other people's misfortune. Lakini kwako, the things that almost go wrong don't go as badly as that. And that's where, for me, a lot of my gratitude, those are the moments that really trigger of gratitude, even though gratitude is supposed to be something that we're supposed to have daily. And this is a scripture that I was reading this morning, Proverbs chapter 18 verse 10, and it says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous run to it and are safe. And that's my faith. That's where my faith comes from, because unaweza kuwa unatoka job jioni and you're really unsafe, to be honest. Masambaya, because of the insecurity of some locations. And that's when people who have bad intentions really have freedom to move around undetected and undeterred. And I think about this, how, the name of the Lord is a safe tower. And I don't know what you place your faith in, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what your mindset with regards to these things, with accidents, with all these unfortunate things. But that's where my heart is, that I'm so grateful that I have somewhere to attribute my gratitude. And for me personally, as a Christian, as a child of God, as somebody that can stand on this promise, I'm able to confidently say, I'm so grateful that God keeps me safe. So yeah, just something, just a little food for thought, something for us to think about. And I'd love to know what you have to say. I'd love to know what your faith system is. I'd love to know what your opinion is, and what gory things might you have witnessed or experienced recently. Yangu imekuwa easy ma accidents every week, at least 2 or 3 gory accidents where there is blood. They are all motorcycle accidents. Very, very sad. And let's take care of ourselves. Let's be intentional. And something somebody told me is that as a driver, you don't just take care of yourself, you take care of yourself and the other driver, because you're not sure that the other driver is sane. So in the same way, as a pedestrian, as somebody who might be on a bike, you might be just the rider. The passenger on a bike, but just realize that not everybody is okay around you. Not everybody is okay. And pia drivers also go through something, something might actually happen that would make this particular driver not notice what's going on the road around them. Just take away their attention, as well as give them, just make them lose control of their vehicle. And that is a reality on the road. So you don't take care of yourself. JMB, me, I'm careful always. No, you need to be on the lookout for somebody else that might not be careful. You'd wait for, the right of way. You'd pass when you have right of way. When the policeman, the traffic officer says that you can go. When the light is green and it's very safe and you've looked left, right. You've looked right, left, and right again. Or whatever the rule is, you've checked your side mirrors, you've checked your rear view mirror, you've done all your signaling. And then you come across somebody who has done none of that. You you'll be on the right and still end up in an accident. So I'm ever so grateful. And I want to know, just send us your feedback, Power Radio and at Caroline Murote. Let us know what your experiences are and what you think about it. And if it brings up anything, or maybe labda umepitia and you came out on the other side. Also, let me know what that looks like, because personally, I've never been in a motor vehicle accident. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But if you have, let me know what that's like, because a lot goes through my mind when I witness this accidents on the road. Okay, and so what's been happening with women around the world and in our country, in our continent? So we have a particular lady, and this is with regards to femicide. So we are tired, but we are going to continue highlighting these cases. Yes, and the family of Agnes Wanjiru pursues justice against UK Ministry of Defence. This is the story is as recent as the 6th of April. And the family of Agnes Wanjiru, who is a 21-year-old woman allegedly murdered by a British soldier in 2012, has filed a lawsuit against the UK Ministry of Defence, MOD. They seek the disclosure of the suspect's identity and an apology for the prolonged lack of justice. Despite a 2019 Kenyan inquest concluding that Wanjiru was murdered by British soldiers, no charges have been filed. UK Defence Secretary John Healey met with Wanjiru's family, expressing condolences and reaffirming support for a resolution. So this is what tells me that our justice systems are flawed or completely broken or just incompetent. Yes, just not fit for purpose, just not getting the work done. Why? I think this is what they would call a cold case. Just from all the TV I watched, with the detectives and investigative policing, a cold case, meaning that you're dead, your body's cold, but also this case is imekuwa unresolved for the longest time. That's a cold case. Now, tell me why somebody, may also rest in peace, but 2012, guys, and they're still pursuing on the 6th of April, 2025, they're still pursuing, her family is still pursuing justice. That's more than 12. That's how many years? 2012 to 2022. 2022 is year 11. 2023. 2024, 2025, 12, 11, 12, 13, 14 years. 14 years. Yani kuna mtoto alizaliwa and is currently can take care of themselves if they had to. 14-year-old. And for 14 years, our justice system could not give justice for a 21-year-old Agnes Wanjiru. You would say it's because, it's cross-governmental, it involves foreigners, but how many stories do we have where it's just locals and they're still unresolved? And this just makes my heart bleed as a Kenyan citizen, because I do not trust our justice systems, not because I am pessimistic, but because there's too much evidence. Yes, out of the people the court system and the legal system works for, it's just a small percentage compared to the majority that it does not work for. But what could be done? We need to have international legal collaboration where we strengthen legal frameworks between Kenya and the United Kingdom to ensure accountability for crimes committed by foreign military personnel. And we also need to see an increase in transparent investigations where we establish independent investigative bodies to handle cases involving foreign nationals, ensuring impartiality and transparency. And we also need to see support for victims' families by providing legal and psychological support to families seeking justice, such as Agnes's family, and facilitating their engagement with international legal systems. Okay. Now, this is something that we've talked about. We've talked about this for the past couple of months, but I'm going to continue talking about it because it makes me happy. And this is an ongoing program. And this is about the Maasai girls that have been empowered through self-defense training. And this is the Kenya Center for Excellence. Yes, that is founded by Kenya Ntaya, that has been providing Maasai girls with self-defense training to protect themselves from sexual abuse and early marriage. Now, why is this a story that has been highlighted here on Sheversations at least 4 times now? Because these are the kind of programs that we need to see more. And I'm going to share this story until we get another one to share, until there is more programs, more organizations, more individuals that are empowering girls in this way, because sexual abuse and early marriage, not only in the Maasai community but across our country, is something that is really affecting the young girls. Something that anybody who comes and shares their story and their expertise around young girls, they don't miss to mention what's going on with early childhood marriage and sexual abuse. And for the Enka Kenya Center for Excellence, they have been partnering with I Am Worth Defending. And this is a center that teaches assertiveness and boundary setting skills. This initiative aims to empower girls to resist gender-based violence and pursue education and careers, breaking cycles of poverty, as well as harmful cultural practices. Now, if you need to just know where this is coming from, then you can go ahead on AP News. And this is a story from March. This is one of my just makes me really, really happy, which is why I've continued to share it. And what we need to see more of is expansion of self-defense programs by implementing similar training in other vulnerable communities to equip girls with skills to protect themselves. We need to see more community awareness campaigns to educate communities on the negative impacts of early marriage and gender-based violence to shift cultural perceptions, as well as a policy enforcement, where we need to see more strengthening of the enforcement of laws prohibiting a female genital mutilation, otherwise known as FGM, and child marriage, ensuring perpetrators are held accountable. Okay. And so now on the 14th of March, we had the health officials addressing gender-based violence in Turkana County, because this is a song that we have sang, but we're going to continue singing. This is it's on loop, it's on repeat. Okay. And there has been a sensitization workshop revealing that Turkana County recorded 1,657 gender-based violence GBV cases between 2020 and 2023. And the Kenyan Demographic and Health Survey, KDHS, 2023 indicated that 42% of women aged 15 years to 49 years as the youth bracket in Turkana have experienced physical violence since the age of 15, surpassing the national average of 34%. Health officials emphasized the need for comprehensive services for gender-based violence survivors and reviewed the county's GBV situation compared to national data. So that is an alarming 8% more than the national average in Turkana County. And you see why the Enka Kenya Center for Excellence and what they are doing is really important, because then you see in vulnerable communities such as Turkana County, 1,657 GBV cases in between 3 years, namely 2020 to 2023, is quite alarming. Quite alarming. Now, what could be a potential way forward? One of this could be integrated as support services, where we establish one-stop centers offering medical, psychological, as well as legal support for GBV survivors. We need to see community engagement by involving local leaders and organizations in GBV prevention initiatives to foster community ownership, as well as data-driven policy, where we utilize accurate data to inform policy decisions and allocate resources effectively to the areas with high GBV prevalence. And what does this look like? It looks like working hand in hand with communities. It looks like working hand in hand with the people that are involved, the people that are affected, as opposed to sitting around the table and excluding the people whose voices need to be heard the most. So if you have a story on gender-based violence, you'd like to talk about the work that you're doing with women, or you're a woman that has been a victim, unfortunately, of some of the things that we are discussing on what's happening lately here on Sheversations, then you're welcome to come and have a conversation with us. What else has been happening? Bomet County unveiled a policy to combat gender-based violence just last month, and they introduced a policy aimed at addressing gender-based violence. And the governor, Professor Hilary Bachok, urged the county assembly to enact legislation to curb societal vices, highlighting a recent case involving a 10-year-old girl who died after being molested by a family member. The policy includes forming a gender technical committee to assess health facilities' readiness to handle GBV cases and oversee the management of rescue centers. So if you've been here long enough, you already know I'm disgusted. A 10-year-old who died after being molested. What level of molestation would you, there is no level of molestation that is acceptable, but what level of molestation would you need to have done on a 10-year-old in order for them to die? So do you understand? I fully understand why in some of our countries, if you have been found to have sexually abused a child, they cut off an arm, a finger, they chop off a leg, because this is animalistic behavior. There is something wrong psychologically with these people. And I'm left wondering, with the prevalence of violence, physical violence, sexual violence against women in our country, where did we go wrong and how can we fix it? Because we talk about these things, yet they continue to happen. You have 80-year-olds being raped, 60-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 80-year-olds, babies being raped, being molested, dying, not getting justice, being killed, not getting justice. So for somebody who interacts with this kind of information on a regular basis, what are we left to think about the kind of nation we are in and what the justice system looks like? Because then it means that I would need to live with my head in the sand if I don't want to be affected by this kind of information. If I don't want to think that I live in a really unsafe country for women, I would need to really block out and ignore this information. But if you interact with this information and that there are people who don't have an option because this is their lives and this is their stories, then what are we saying about our country? And you who's watching and you who's listening, how can you be a part of the change? How can you create a difference? How can you make our country safer for the women therein? And we've been saying how women are the pillar of the society, how women are really, really, really important in the society in terms of how we work culturally and socially. And pillar not to mean that our communities are only made up of women in order for them to be strong, but to mean that this is one of the pillars that holds communities together, is that if we take care of our women, we have really taken good care of our society. Okay. And that means raising healthy men, being in healthy marriages, having healthy sons, having healthy boyfriends, healthy brothers. And healthy does not mean physically adept. It also means psychologically and emotionally present, healthy, capable, and accountable. That's what that means. But when we see 10-year-old girls who are molested to the point of death, then that just begs many, many questions. And if you have the answers, come, let's have conversations. But what some of the answers could look like is having legislative action and just really coming down on that by passing and implementing laws that do provide stringent penalties for GBV perpetrators, as well as protecting survivors and making sure that these are well implemented. Another thing could be capacity building, whereby we train healthcare providers and law enforcement officers to handle GBV cases sensitively as well as effectively, because the gender desk at many police stations is often vacant or quite ineffective, sadly to say. And we need to increase on the public awareness that we give these cases in a responsible and a progressive manner by conducting campaigns to educate the public on recognizing, preventing, and reporting GBV incidents. All right. Okay. And just following this, we've had female MPs launch nationwide campaigns against GBV and femicide. So this was done in January to date, and female lawmakers announced the Komesha Thuluma campaign, a nationwide grassroots initiative to combat the rising cases of gender-based violence, GBV, and femicide, spearheaded by President William Ruto with a 100 million Kenyan shillings allocation. The campaign involves 102 members of parliament conducting community sensitization forums to address the root cause of GBV and femicide, targeting both men and women. Okay. And we need to have community dialogues about this by facilitating open discussions with communities to challenge norms that perpetuate GBV. We need a resource allocation like the one that has been given that actually goes to the cause it was allocated for, by ensuring adequate funding for GBV prevention programs and survivor support services, as well as monitor and evaluation by making sure that we have regular assessment of the effectiveness of campaigns, as well as adjust strategies accordingly. Now, with regards to monitoring and evaluation, is something that we're really poor at in our country, because a lot of the time audits are done or said to be done, and the results are either vague or not. They're not released to the public, and oftentimes they are also, just untrue. Because if you ask where 100 million Kenyan shillings went, it would be a really long time before we found good answers and just a track progress. Yes, this is something that is in the public space. This is something that has been reported on publicly announced publicly, and it's very, very, very disappointing. And we also have the World Athletics organization supporting Kenya's efforts to tackle gender-based violence by just giving supportive statements, because that's how bad it is. That's how bad it is that the World Athletics organization needs to make a statement with regard to Kenya's gender-based violence, because it is also affecting the athletes in this country. We've lost a few, of which we have shared here on Sheversations. So those are just a few stories with regards to gender-based violence that are going on around the world, and particularly here in Kenya. And I hope that we also have stories of hope, like the Enka Kenya story in Kilgore's Kenya as recent as March. So I hope that you are a part of the solution, that you are having impactful conversations, and that you're not making careless comments with regards to gender-based violence, with regards to sexual harassment, with regards to femicide, because this is a nationwide crisis that needs to be dealt with on all levels. So even if you're not in government, you're probably not in an organization that pertains to these matters. As an individual, you could do a lot on grassroots level, at least to change the mentalities and the conversations around this topic, so that it does not become a norm. It does not become okay that women die, and that girls are married off at young ages, that girls are sexually molested to the point of death, or even sexually molested in the first place. So before we get to shouting out our Woman Crush Wednesday, just gonna have a couple of jams for you, because that's how much I love you. We have Beba by Zenia Manasseh, and Better by Motori, and Kama Kawaida Fena Gitu.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Run. Warembo ni wengi ila na walenga, ndio maana usiku hizi nalala mapema. Hawataniteka, heri tu ninyonge na nilale juu sitakucheza. Nami nimekiri yetu sio siri, ni wewe tu na mimi. Niamini, loving you is easy. Wacha wakupinga watupinge. Umenibeba, asante kwa kunipenda hivi unavyonipenda. Umenibeba, asante kwa kunipenda hivi unavyonipenda.
Kusema na shanga si kawaida. Won't be quick to give my love if you won't either. Fever umedeliver, safari ya mapenzi haina kufika. Nimekiri, loving you is easy. Wacha wakupinga watupinge. Umenibeba, asante kwa kunipenda hivi unavyonipenda. Umenibeba, asante
asante kwa kunipenda hivi unavyonipenda. Asante kwa kunipenda hivi unavyonipenda. Umenibeba, umenibeba. Asante kwa kunipenda hivi unavyonipenda.
It's been a really long time, tangu nikuvutie. I only called today, but I think about you every day. Najua nilichoma, yeah. I take the blame. Juu tangu iyo day, I've never been the same. Find me at B&D off late kila weekendi. Nimekosana na wengi, lakini sisi I'm regretting. I know you know me well, usikate juu niko mlevi. Please don't hang up on me, niache niseme ukweli. I've been upset cause no one loves me better. Hata wanipende aje, na wapenda shingo upande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Hata wakupende aje, utahepa someday. I'm not stalking you, niliona umepost picha za coast. Your new man doing the most. You seem happy, you seem so happy. Called to let you know I'm taken, not available for you. Bestie, bestie, we nirudishie phone. Cause you don't understand what the hell is going on. Kilimani reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. She needs to know what's in my heart. Oh, I've been upset cause no one loves me better. Hata wanipende aje, na wapenda shingo upande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Hata wakupende aje, utahepa someday. I've been upset cause no one loves me better. Hata wanipende aje, na wapenda shingo upande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Hata wakupende aje, utahepa someday.
Reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. She needs to know what's in my heart. Oh, Kilimani reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. Needs to know what's in my heart.
Wagwan Nairobi, hey, it's your boy Kago Mungai. We got 3 queens on the track, Mayonde, Fena, Gitu, and Mobani, the drummer queen, and they're about to kill it. You ain't ready for this, Nairobi. If you killing it, put your hands up in the air for this one time.
Feeling so fresh, so juicy. Only rock with the best, I'm choosy. I got the sauce, I'm choosy. In the ghetto at the same time, bougie. Ooh, wanna take a photo, cause my style look. Caught a good vibe, I can feel it in my soul. Driving around Nairobi like a boss. I don't mean to brag, no, I don't mean to floss. Of course, on the highway, listening to Kagwe. Tune West, thank God that it's Friday. Man, we so fly, it's our time. On the dance floor, do my latte wine. I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I kill it, I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I kill it, I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I kill it, I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I kill it,
kama kawaida, niko na mistari na niko na mawaida. If she asks for money, never leave with the broad. And if he say he'll pay you next week, he's a fraud. East African girl, hella mean with the quad. One time, then I leave with the squad. She say she got the sauce, I got the mayo. The way I rock the city, Nairobi be like, ayo. Hey, we can chill in my car. You can listen to my new sheet. Now, do you like it or not? Eh, can you with my bullshit? Eh, wanna babaika? I feel it, I feel it, I do. Oh, the way I kill it, I do. And anything you want, yeah, I feel it, I do.
I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I do. Oh, I kill it, I do. I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I do.
911, we are bird.
I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I do.
Oh, yeah.
I kill it, I do. I'm a kawaida, I kill it, I do. I kill it, I do.
That drama queen start, favorite part. Ride around Nairobi sitting pretty on the tracks. I'm making my new flag is greater than you can. Imagine venye tumewakilisha with my clan. Let's talk about it. I've been about it, dream about it. Worked so hard I became about it. Worked so hard they became about me. Ask about me, ask about me. What's surrounding? All the squad is who's around me. All the sauces who's around me. Real, trill, live for the thrill. Lucky Luciano, baby, live for the kill. Deal. In something important, for something important. Kuha so ni constant like
I kill it, I do. I kill it, I do. I'm a kawaida. I kill it, I do. I kill it, I do. I'm a kawaida. I kill it, I do. I kill it, I do. I'm a kawaida. I kill it, I do. I kill it, I kill it, I do.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Welcome back to Sheversations, and it is 1:30 Wednesday. What? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my favorite time of the day. If you know, it is 1:30 the day. 9 minutes past 1:30 the day. That means that it is 9 minutes past 12 on a beautiful Wednesday on this 9th of April, 2025. And how you doing? I'm doing good. I am doing good because I was kama kawaida, and that's how I'm doing. Kama kawaida, I am doing good. That is a French fena get to fena Gitu, and right before that we had a Beta by Motoria, and then we had a Beba by Zenia Manasseh, and moving right along, if you notice, we have been celebrating Polaris. Pauline, she is a Woman Crush Wednesday, and because I feel like doing this again, we did this last year, but listen. We say give them their flowers while they're alive. So earlier on, we had Staki by Polaris Pauline. We had Unadu by Polaris Pauline. We had Energy Polaris Pauline and HSKE, which is Modoni, the drama queen, and Mayonde. So yes, just a couple of shout outs for Polaris Pauline, because that's who we're celebrating, that's who we're shouting out for our Woman Crush Wednesday today. And who is this wonderful lady? In case this is the first time you're hearing about it, Polaris is a star, just like the meaning of her name. Polaris is the name of the North Star, and she's a singer-songwriter and performer. She is very soulful, with deep impacts and just a very vibey jams. And she has had 2.2 million plays so far. And 2,440 monthly listeners as of January 2025. This is by Music Metrics Vault. And so she has a couple of projects out. Discography includes an EP called Tufanye that was released on the 29th of March 2024. So she is a recent but not so recent addition in the industry, and the EP Tufanye yani sasa tunadu includes tracks such as Me and You, Unadu, Walai, Omera, and Sitaki, and the title track Tufanye. And she also has a couple of singles, Complicated, released on November 30, 2023, right? We have Energy, which was released on the 8th of September 2023, a collaboration with HSKE, Modani the drama queen, and Mayonde. And Raha, that was released on the 14th of July 2023, also featuring HSKE, Mayonde, and Modoni the drama queen. And her biggest hit is Umeni Tosha with over 1.9 million plays, and this track stands as her most popular song to date. Again, this statistic is from Music Metrics Vault. Now, she's partnered to form HSKE with Modoni, the drama queen, and Mayonde, right? Where, we've already mentioned a couple of tracks, Energy, Raha, all of that. And she has accumulated over 2.2 million total plays across different various platforms. And so her music resonates in cities like Nairobi. If you're in Dar es Salaam, you might be enjoying that jam. If you're in Johannesburg, if you're in Mombasa, if you're in Kampala, you might be enjoying Pauline's hits, because that is how dynamic and diverse she is. Yes, and so let's talk a little bit about HSKE. So it is an acronym that stands for Hottest Songs in Kenya. Such a simple, but it works. Such a simple acronym, but it really gets the job done. And this is a collaborative music project that was initiated by the Perform Music Incubator, and it aims to promote and showcase the best of Kenyan music, particularly highlighting female artists in the industry. Yes, those are the kind of conversations we like to have here on Sheversations. We love to hear it, and she has been a prominent figure in HSKE. And has contributed her vocal prowess to a few tracks. So let's go through the list again. We have Araha, reminding you that this was released on the 14th of July, 2023. So this is an Afro-pop single, a very vibrant one, where the three queens are collaborating, and it garnered significant attention. It has amassed over 92,000 plays by February 2025. Now, the second one, again, on the 9th of August 2023 was the release date, and honestly, showcases a synergy between the three queens, as Polaris Pauline, Modoni the drama queen, and Mayonde. And this is a brilliant production. We have, last but not least, Undercover, released on the 9th of June 2023. So this is yet another collaborative effort with the three ladies, and what a better showcasing of talent. And as of February 2025, HSKE has approximately 1,039,816 plays across various platforms, and the monthly listeners are 1,251, with a significant concentration in the city kids here in Nairobi. So shout out to Miss Polari's Pauline, because HSKE Hottest Songs in Kenya is part of her musical effort and achievements, and she is doing big things, good things, and can't wait to see more of her here on our Sheversations playlist. She has featured. You all know that one of my faves is Energy. Energy has stayed, has lived on my playlist from day one. Now, before we dive into today's topic and just getting into what we want to say today, we're gonna have Dark Skin by the one and the only Brandy Minor, and Semangwe by Fena Gitu.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Turn around and pull up to me bumper. Your skin smooth like jojoba. Ati wanafanya nini? Wanaogopa. Dark skin na Georgia. Melanin na lova. Nobody can boga. Well, they tried sometime back in November. They really didn't think I would remember. Sahi, my confidence may rise. Never used to be like this before. I used to be so damn insecure. Atikuwa dark skin ilana. Haters are wicked loud. Nothing ever sweet like coco. Get on the dance floor, make them loco. You say you like Ologomba. Baby, turn around and pull up to me bumper. Your skin smooth like jojoba. Ati wanafanya nini? Wanaogopa. Dark skin na Georgia. Melanin na lova. Nobody can boga. You say you like Ologomba. Baby, turn around and pull up to me bumper. Your skin smooth like jojoba. Ati wanafanya nini? Wanaogopa. Dark skin na Georgia. Melanin na lova. Nobody can boga. Yeah. You don't know how I like your confidence. The way you walk, how you talk, it's evident. Black is the beauty, so more for them. You were a star. Brown skin, unanga, una kill. Oh, show them who you are. You were a star. Brown skin, unanga, una kill. Oh, show them who you are. You like a loco. Like a loco, you like that toto. Like that toto star. You like a loco. Like a loco, you like that toto. Like that toto star. You like a loco. Like a loco, you like that toto. Like that toto star. You like a loco. Like a loco, you like that toto. Like that toto star.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Big up, phenomenal woman. I'll see you.
Jack on the beat. Baby boo, say my way. Boo, say my way. No, not say my way. Mara ya kwanza kwenye biti ya pacho sema. Tuseme mimi ni vajo sema. Ni kill beat ka nimefunga macho sema we. kijiko si kwa macho we. Panganga mingi misinaga we. A big tune coming right away. Yeah. Like a little baby fresh from the womb. The Lazarus is lying in the tomb. Phenomenal step in the room. Patrol bus bring back the tune. Say my way. Oh, baby boo, say my way. Ooh, say my way. Ooh, now na say my way. Now na say my way. Ooh, say my way. Say my way, I'm coming again. Round the circle, meet again. Hey. We met before, I was meeker then. Hey. Used to be a 4, now I'm rocking a 10. Hey. You never know where this could end. Thailand, Singapore, London, bring a friend. I'll be your ooh, we can go, we can ooh, we can Semangwe pika shot tutaenda. Chutodea semangwe utapenda. Phenomenal step in the room. Bring back the two semangwe. Baby boo, say my way. Ooh, say my way. Now na say my way. Ooh, say my way.
Ah yeah. Tuna dance to the Joe phenomenal. Dance to the Chini phenomenal. Dance to the Ruga phenomenal. Phenomenal. Tuna dance to the Joe phenomenal. Dance to the Chini phenomenal.
Kamilisha sente afena ngoma za konika huku Nairobi tunapenda he na tuko juu ya machi hatuna wakati ya watufe hawanaga kakitu kwa ba nimeji munde na fe leta no mafena pop pena boom a little baby fresh from the like Lazarus is lying in the when we step in the room.
Say my way.
Ooh,
baby boo, say my way.
ooh,
Say my way. Now na say my way. Ooh, say my tuko tu pacho kwani boss.
nikipita unasema ngwe nikifika unasema ngwe ukipita tunasema ngwe sema ngwe nikukuse kwa mwili sema ngwe iko kamili
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
1,005 songs in
See how I look when you know, see where's it take credit to you do, see your kwangu pozangu. God when him true, got a better view, and since I met you, when you nuru yangu. Fact of the matter, see my Christ is the answer. You got me, so I gotta get it. Raise up the banner, make him not forget it. Stop searching for truth on my socials, looking for answers, got promos. Sana jua, there's only one way. Ni yesu munoma, only one way.
My God is the biggest out there. I've been feeling the rap with them scriptures all over like, yeah. I know you like it, cause you know Jehovah's son is invited. And every time that he shows up, demons are finished.
So there goes my heartfelt condolences to the enemy. I'm seated in heavenly places far beyond this reach. My advocate is Jesus, I'm enjoying immunity. Paid by the blood, restoration by the Father. I'm in the assembly of the firstborn, enrolled in the heavenly places of the dawn. Spirits of the rushes made perfect for God by the blood of the Lamb. Now I walk like him, talk like him, reign with him, and it calls me years. Made in his image, tell me do you see it? Son of the dawn, rapping my city, you heard?
biggest out there. I've been feeling the rap with them scriptures all over like, yeah. I know you like it, cause you know Jehovah's son is invited. And every time that he shows up, demons are finished, so done.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
I'm anticipating, waiting, wondering if I'll make it to our destination. Wondering if our love is wasting away. How we drive into a separation. Can't forget to mention the tension's been lacking. I stay backtracking to the good days. Reverse, you turn, it don't matter to me. Whatever takes me back to what it used to be. Will you go back there with me? Back to when our love was free. Will you go back there with me? Back to when our love was free. I've been feeling off track, wondering what's wrong with me, 'cause something got lost on the way. No, nothing feels the same, baby. I used to get lost in your fragrance, something like butterflies and ecstasy. Can we take it back, back on the phone? Whatever takes me back to what it used to be. Will you go back there with me? Back to when our love was free. Will you go back there with me? Back to when our love was free.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Welcome back to Power Radio with myself, Caroline Murote. You are listening to Sheversations. And just to remind you, we are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. All the way through 1:30 the day into 1 p.m. Couple of hours every Monday, Wednesday, Friday to just make your day better, more informative and impactful, because we are here to amplify female voices. Now, if you want to have a conversation with us on the socials, Caroline_Murote on Instagram and at Caroline Murote on Facebook and X, and at Carol Murote, CAROL. Murote on TikTok is a place where you can find me, and at Power Radio across all the hashtags. Hashtag Power Radio if you need to look up what we've been talking about, and hashtag the art of expressions. And for me in particular, Sheversations with Carol Murote. Already. So that was Monoma Anticipate, yes, and Semangwe by Fena Gitu. Monoma is Ashani in 1,005 songs. Anticipate Zenia Manasseh. So those are the powerful artists giving us the good. Now to get straight into our topic for today, we are looking into online violence against the women. We are looking at the digital battleground. So this is something that we've touched on before. This is not something new, because they say the internet never forgets, and neither do we. We're not going to forget that the girlies are struggling on the onlines, that the onlines are not always a safe space. And the aim of the conversations we have here is to educate us, to enlighten us, to give us solutions on how we can go about the different challenges that ladies are facing in the different spaces. And today, our area of focus is the online space. So today we're calling it the OVO, online violence against women. OVO, OVAW. Okay, and this topic is hotter than Nairobi's midday sun. Today is a particularly hot day. How do I know? Because this morning I was in the matatu at around 8 something all the way into 9. Yeah, let's say around 8:30 up to 10, I think. Yeah, it took me an hour and a half to get to CBD. Did I not bake and fry in that matatu? I had sat at the front, and guys, I was like, no, this is not normal. It shouldn't be legal for it to be hot, at this particular hour. So najaribu kufikiria how it's going to be in the middle of the day. But so the fire comes in us understanding, what does online violence against women, what does the OVO say? What does it look like, aside from it being a beautiful shape? And we are looking at cyberbullying, we're looking at harassment, we're looking at doxing. Do you know what that is? We're looking at revenge porn, trolling, and more. It is the digital equivalent of being catcalled on the streets, but here the streets are endless. They are endless. It's a never-ending road, and it's deeper than your bottomless Coke in your local fast food joint. And the catcallers hide behind the screens. Cowards, keyboard warriors would never do it to your face for most of them. Sad reality that we have to deal with. But because we're empowered, we're going to continue empowering each other, giving each other information, teaching us what the information is, and how we can get by with all the heat that women are getting online. So we have IPP Media saying that a study by Paradigm Initiative revealed that women are 27 times more likely to face cyberbullying than men. 27 times more. So it means that out of 100 humans, no, I'm not going to get that math correctly. Let's just stick with the 27 times more. That's a lot. That's a lot, because if we said 2, that would be double the amount of women. If we said 3, 3 times more, that's like triple. Like in every one man, there's 3 women being harassed. No, but for every one man, the likelihood for a woman being harassed is 27 times. Isn't that crazy? Again, this is IPP Media's study by an initiative called Paradigm Initiative. Okay. So this is relevant. This is a relevant conversation we're having, because that's boring information. That's unpleasant information. And how does it affect us? Right, psychologically and emotionally. So let's see what toll that takes on women. It really messes with our head, because a lot of ladies out here, as a result of online violence, have been prone and are struggling with anxiety, with depression, PTSD, the whole package. It's a whole Christmas package and some. And imagine logging in and being bombarded with hate just for existing, right? So it makes sense that a lot of ladies much more easily log off and turn off their accounts, deactivate their accounts compared to men, for the sake of their sanity, because you do need to take care of your space. And interestingly enough, in February 2024, we have a Nigerian journalist, Hafsat Bahara, that faced severe online threats after posting about a religious leader. And the harassment was so intense, so intense, that it really affected her mental well-being and professional life. And this is according to Nigerian Tracker News. And how do we know this? Because it was so bad that it was reported on. This is not just a by the way story. This is a story that made national news. That's why we're talking about it here in Kenya, because this is how serious it is. I could just be here minding my business, and I say something about your favorite problematic fave, your favorite politician, your favorite law enforcement, whatnot, your favorite celebrity. And next thing I know, know, I have somebody telling me that I deserve to die in my inbox, and that's how bad the situation is. So why is the online space so volatile against women? That's the question that I want to hear from you. Do you think that it's true? Do you think that women experience more violence online than men do? Let me know what you think. Let me know. And now, here in our country, women in politics are the most targeted ladies because the socialites like it. To be honest, that might be a statement that I'm throwing around, but they leverage they leverage their attention. And in the words of Vera Sidika in The Real Housewives of Nairobi, she said that clout is good, publicity is good, that you want them to talk about you because as a socialite, it works for you. That's what she said. I am paraphrasing, but what's happening in our own backyard? We are seeing Kenyan women just going through the most. And in 2022, Helen Tulia Pierre, aka Tuli Tools, ran for office in Kikuyu. In Kisumu. Wow. And the online harassment she faced was so brutal that she vowed never to vie again. Can you imagine how bad the trolling must have been that somebody who had aspirations for office said never again because of online harassment? She was not ready. She was not ready for the memes. She was not ready for the backlash. She was not ready for the darkness. It is just the one level of hell online. That's why it is so hot. And statistics never lie. From September 2023 to December 2024, over 7,100 cases of gender-based violence were reported in Kenya, with 100 documented murders of women since August 2024. So we have had a lot of this happening and being reported online, documented and reported online. So that's how it is. That's how bad it is. And a lot of people don't understand that violence online is violence. Violence is not limited to physical bodily harm. If you're abusing and harassing somebody online, that is violence because it really hurts your emotions. It hurts your mental health. Okay, now let's look at it according to Africa. What's going on out there? Let's see what the global perspective and international, intercontinental perspective looks like. Now, in Malawi, a 2021 study highlighted the rising cases of cyber violence against women, including cyber bullying and harassment, right? So this is ARXIV, that's ARXIV, that is the source of this. And a couple of examples, we have the Suli Deals app in India, July 2021, which showcased Muslim women for sale, leading to a global outrage and highlighting the extent of online misogyny. No, I want us to take a moment to think about that. The audacity of men. They create an app, Suli Deals, selling Muslim women. Because, the polygamy in that culture allows women to be goods for sale. And really easy for women to divorce in some Muslim countries, very few. And it's very easy for a Muslim woman to remarry based on a particular story that I watched. North Africa in particular, So, yeah. So women can easily be for sale. And this is something that is affected by culture because there is no way anybody would have wasted their resources, their expertise, their skills, their intelligence to create an app that would not be viable. And see why the app came under fire? Because of global outrage. Yeah? So online misogyny is for the win, right? And then we have in the US, we have Dr. Ali Lux facing severe online harassment in November 2024 after sharing her PhD achievements on X, reflecting on the platform's increasing hostility towards women. So, mkona wivu, my guys, mkona wivu. So somebody shared that she has made this milestone in her life. She is a PhD holder, a doctor, academically. Alafu mnamharas because why? And how many times do men do that and there's no issue? So these are just a few global examples of what online violence against women looks like. The oval is getting bigger, wider, and rounder, and it does not exclude sports. There is a very dark side of women's sports, darker than the dark side of the moon. And the more we see, the more we notice. More visibility, more problems. We are tired. And unfortunately, as women's sports gain traction, female athletes are facing increased online harassment. Because tell me why in January 2025, there was a report that highlighted that WNBA players, this is basketball, especially women of color, both abroad and locally here in Africa, are subjected to racially motivated abuse. And yet they are the majority of players. Globally, in the space of basketball, women of color are the majority of players. So tell me why. And how many times have I seen videos of girls teams being awarded and the black girl being excluded from an award ceremony? There's 20 girls on the stage, and this a lady who apparently cannot see anything sees every single white girl and misses the black one. I have seen at least 4 or 5 videos where this has been happening just in the past few months. And this is why I cannot be colorblind. I cannot be colorblind because when I go onto the internet, I realize that there's a particular way that the world treats people in color. And that is just one of the examples of what happens in the sports spaces. This particular story is highlighting netball. The stories I've seen is gymnastics. Yeah, gymnastics. Gymnastics as well as dance. So very interesting and not impressive, right? So what's the role of social media platforms? The organizations themselves. The Mark Zuckerbergs, the Elon Musks. What are we doing? What are we doing? I say Elon Musk because he seems to be a shareholder. He seems to be a shareholder everywhere because he trends every day. Something he says on Twitter breaks the internet. Honestly, one of these days, if I was given an opportunity to have power and I was asked, just once a week, what do you want to do? One of the things that I would do is have the influence that Elon Musk has on Twitter. The man says something and breaks the internet every other day. Right. So what are social media platforms doing? Mark Zuckerberg and their friends. What are you people doing? And a study in August 2024 found that Instagram failed to act on 93% of abusive comments directed at female politicians, including Vice President Kamala Harris. So few of us are fans. No, very few people are fans. Let me remove myself. I'm not in that number. That was English acting against me. Not a lot of people like Kamala Harris, but is it okay for her to be trolled on social media, to be given constructive criticism? Yes. To be trolled? No, especially on the basis of her gender, on the basis of her race. Did she say a lot that caused us to raise our eyebrows? Did she do a lot that was quite frankly embarrassing and just like, please stop, ma'am, stop it? Yes. But does it make it okay because somebody wants to be less than intelligent on the internet? Does it make it okay for us to allow them to be abused? No, because an injustice to one is an unjust injustice to all. If you keep quiet, there's this saying that I'm sure you have come across most likely. They came for other people and I was silent. They came for the land and I was silent. They came for their sisters, their brothers, and I was silent. And then they came for me and nobody did anything because everybody else had died. So that is a gross misquoting, paraphrasing of a very beautiful quote that talks about taking collective responsibility and ownership for your community. Making sure that you speak out against injustice, even when it does not directly affect you. Now, that is what happens when we are quiet, when we believe that there's certain people who deserve, it's the same as seeing a thief or a street kid who has, stolen something, being beaten up on the streets. Because the day it is you or your son or your brother or your friend who is innocent, they're still going to go through the same mob justice. So just because you don't know this person does not make it okay. And honestly, mob justice is something that it curds up the contents of my stomach. I hate to see somebody being killed in the streets, and I know this happens to thieves and happens to thieves and happens to thieves, and sometimes people that get into altercations with nduthi drivers and thieves. So basically, stealing in this country, don't do it. Yes, because they will burn you alive. Just a couple of months ago, I think, not a couple of months. December and November are still a couple months ago, but sometime in December, I passed by a scene pale Parklands. Hapo tu nje ya KFC, Parklands Road on Limuru Road. Yeah, Limuru Road as you're entering Muthaiga from town. Ukitoka side Zangara, that road, Limuru Road, yeah. Where there is a petrol station, there is a KFC, and then there is a shopping center opposite. Hapo tu nje ya hiyo mall. They were burning to a crisp a border guy with his border because he had been a part of a ring of people that had been stealing borders. And it's tires. They put tires and paraffin on top of him. Alafu wakamwekelea like nini yake. Aipeleke into the afterlife. And so you're passing there and you smell this burning flesh. And then, of course, kama matatu. Something interesting about matatu drivers, wanapenda udaku. So if they see something, they will stop and ask. Yeah, so this driver stops. Also because kulikuwa na guys who needed to get onto the bus because that's one of the stages Agashie. And it was quite late in the night, around 10 or 11 p.m. So there wasn't a lot of people. It was... wanted to know why are there people at this hour uko nje because hawakwangi watu wengi at that hour towards 11 p.m. And so we were told that this specific person had stolen border. Sasa walikuwa wanamchoma and it was mob justice. And guys, mob justice really breaks my heart. So if you don't speak against online violence against women, even if you don't agree with Kamala Harris's comments and a lot of the ignorance, a lot of the games and the manipulation that was being done, and her being used as a poster girl because, just throwing her race in there when she was not necessarily a community leader to begin with, was audacious and boring. And no, don't do it. Don't do that. But let's also not bully people, okay? And NCAA pilot study that was done in the month of September 2024 revealed that over 5,000 abusive social media posts targeting athletes exist, with female basketball players receiving 3 times as much abuse as their male counterparts. And we've already heard that a lot of this is targeted towards women of color. So if you don't care about what's going on with Black people in the United States, as an African, as a Kenyan, you don't care about what's going on with Black people in Jamaica, you don't care about what's going on with Black people in the UK, in Australia, one day when you're happy, you're like catching flights, not feelings. When the uko and something happens to you or somebody you care about, you realize that you should have cared years before, or at least being aware to understand the social situations, not to disassociate yourself completely. Don't be ignorant. Yes, protect your space, guard your heart, but don't be ignorant as to the plights of people that look like you, people that you would be counted under physically, people who you have a lot in common with, because one day if you haven't already started, you might raise sons and daughters. You will raise children that will end up undergoing these things that we're talking about. Because how many of us, honestly speaking, really aspire to kwenda maju? Tuambiane ukweli. And I can promise you 4.5, sijui half tunaidivide aje. Half tuseme ni ya mwenye hayuko sure. But 4.5 Kenyans out of 5 wanataka kwenda maju. Hii Kenya tukihesabu kila mtu mwenye anaweza ongea and is of sane mind, wote tuachane tu na tuseme nani, let's leave watu wenye wako so isolated that they have no idea what's going on in the world. Watu wenye wako on social media wako na smartphones and they have a bit of exposure. Now, if you take all of those Kenyans, so tuseme out of how many? Out of 60 something million, tutoe kama 10 million. Tuseme sasa hao ndio watu wako up country, hao ndio hawajui anything to the point where they wouldn't be informed enough to make this decision. And then tuweke the rest of the 50 million Kenyans. Mnajua that tunabaki tu na another 10 million. So Kenya will just be 20 million people. Why? Because everybody would choose waende majuu na wataki kujua. Most wanaenda anywhere, even because tell me why you see people throwing themselves out of easy countries, the United Arab Emirates, UAE, and just all these horrible stories. Tell me why tuko na stories za Margaret Nduta and all those people that Rish Kamunge amekuwa akiuza huko ama, lying to and leaving them stranded. And yet we still want to go abroad. Kila mtu ako so proud kusema, I have a relative uko majuu. Very proud. Even when you say that, hey, they're a truck driver, they're doing what? It's not the job that you thought. A lot of us Kenyans are extremely proud of our relatives abroad because it's some sort of prestige, which is a post-colonial mentality that is quite sad, that we think, that life is better there because we're not empowered enough to make the situation better here mentally. I might not be able to change the whole of Kenya, but if I am determined to make the media space more sanitary, more honest, and less shallow, then I have made this space that I'm in better. If you do that where you are less lying, less corruption, we would change this country even without the help of the government. Honestly. But because tumekubali that our country is not good, tumekubali because of circumstances, then we live in Delulu. Sasa you don't care what's going on majuu with those people. Sasa we wende. You don't care what's going on with immigration processes for watu wa majuu, the diasporan Kenyans and diasporan blacks, and the ones that are descendants of black people, whether from slaves, from slavery and all of that. Imagine itakufikia, because if you think that the only place you should care about is your small neighborhood and your shosho, your kuka, your grandparents, and your friend, your family, that is being ignorant, because we are supposed to be global citizens, ladies and gentlemen. We need to have a global perspective. So what's happening to Kamala Harris, what's happening to everybody else is of your concern, all right? Okay, and so that's what's going on with the female basketball players. Over 3 times as much likely to receive online abuse as their male counterparts. Now, what are we going to do about this? Let us find out after this break. So just a couple of vibes for you. We're going to have Ruka by Fee, Ombi by Shani, and we'll get right back to you.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Thinking it's my charm, now I know your truth is where freedom begins. I'm prayed up, now I can define it again. Willpower never won any war, so I know to get to you I gotta get on the floor. Shida zangu, yeah, I've been here before, lakini kitu gani kweli ni ngumu for my Lord. Maombi ni ibada, na magoti ndiyo njia kukupata. Daily nipate nikisala, maisha yangu mina kupa wetawala. Say maombi ni ibada, na magoti ndiyo njia kukupata. Daily nipate nikisala, maisha yangu mina kupa wetawala. Ombi langu faraja, imani yangu ibada, neema yako msaada. Ombi langu faraja, imani yangu ibada, neema yako msaada. Faraja, faraja, ibada, ibada, msaada, msaada. Faraja, faraja, ibada, ibada, msaada, msaada. Yeah, flow ya Aaron iko underway. Ninachofanya una bless my way. Wani mwangaza even when the clouds are gray. Wanirudisha hata nikigo astray. Misi worry, mina pray. Very early, a killer day. On the daily, mi nita set my alarm. Mina jenga na wewe na your foundation ni firm. Maombi ni ibada, na magoti ndiyo njia kukupata. Daily nipate nikisala, maisha yangu mina kupa wetawala. Say maombi ni ibada, na magoti ndiyo njia kukupata. Daily nipate nikisala, maisha yangu mina kupa wetawala. Ombi langu faraja, imani yangu ibada, neema
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right, Ombi langu ni wewe. So that was a Shani. That was a Shani saying Ombi langu. Woo! I can't sing. You're cute with a new manga. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but let's dive very quickly into the solutions. And what do we need to do about this oval that is becoming a circle? Online violence against women. Legally speaking, our countries need to tighten cybercrime laws and ensure that they are enforced, because we need to have more slaps on the wrist. We need to bring those people to justice, and there needs to be a way to find all of these anonymous keyboard warriors that prey on women online. We need to find them physically. Ndio, come and say it directly. Come say it to my face. You have something to say about what I look like. You have something to say about my gender. Something about something I said, and you think that an insult to my person that is demeaning, defamation of my character is acceptable. Come and say directly. Let's have that conversation behind bars. Let's involve lawyers. We need to see the tech giants waking up. Please don't be famous for being famous. Don't just be famous for making people famous. Also, do not be famous for allowing people to be harassed online, because some of the reason why some people trend is because they are a result of online bullying. And this looks like social media platforms implementing stricter content moderation and supporting victims effectively. And last but not least, community power. Comrade power. We need to create safe digital spaces. Make sure that every comment you're making is not a hate comment. Make sure that your friends understand that it's not okay to troll people on the socials. We need to support victims as well as educate our peers. You need to be having these conversations. You are personally responsible. You don't need to be an exec in Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on WhatsApp to make change. You just need to have conversations with the people around you, and know that knowledge is power, and that together we are actually unstoppable. You hear? So yeah, just to wrap all of that, please speak up, support, and educate, right? Speak up, support, and educate. And that is how we change this oval into a non-existent space, because right now it's been growing fatter and we just need it to become thinner and thinner and thinner. That's a conversation that we've had today on online violence against women. And hopefully, we are going to be seeing changes. We are going to be seeing a better situation. Lakini justice tunakuanga on 10 every single time this particular Wednesday. Hatujasikia vibaya. You know, I'm a Kenyan and hatusikiangi vibaya. You're like, we move regardless. We're going to move on with Fena Gitus Jaskia vibaya. And I'm going to see you guys on a Friday. Bye-bye.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Nimeshinda nikiomba kali kolabo, miaka mingi ananiambia bado. Hata sisikia vibaya. Akanishow rudi studio, okota gado before you call Jones to be in your video. Hata sisikia vibaya. Sure, you just give me 1 year. I'll be rocking shows from the front to the rear. You gonna wish you gave me that chance, utalia. Taniomba lift in my private layer. Enye nko nimesikia vibaya. Siku hizi mindi unanyima na kola. Nimepanda be, nimepanda kwa. Wacha wasikie vibaya. Wacha wasikie vibaya. Sasa mimi don number 1 boss lady wasikie vibaya. Nimekuwa chini nikihustle daily na sina ubaya. Nashikisha kama bebe isili, na washikisha na manjebe baridi. Uzidi tazidi wazidi kusikia vibaya. Oh, wacha wasikie vibaya. Wacheke na wewe wakutakie mabaya. Kwangu kila laheri, Mungu wangu halali. Wakidhani tafeli nazidi hadi Ulaya. Napiga luku na swag hadi retire. Najaza buku kwa dendri begi ni fire. Nipate mwisho wa mwezi cheki ni wire. Napiga picha selfie kwa benki na sina haya. Chema cha jiuza ni ya leo, ni ya leo, ni ya leo. Kuuza tutauza ni ya leo, ni ya leo, ni ya leo. Nywele paka mafuta ni ya leo, ni ya leo, ni ya leo. Kuuza tutauza ni ya leo, ni ya leo, ni ya leo. Number 1 boss lady wasikie vibaya. Nimekuwa chini nikihustle daily na sina ubaya. Nashikisha kama bebe isili, na washikisha
nimekuwa chini nikihustle daily na sina ubaya. Yeah, nashikisha kama bebe isili, na washikisha na manjebe baridi. Kuzidi nitazidi, wazidi kusikia vibaya. Sasa mini don number one, boss lady wasikie vibaya. Nimekuwa chini nikihustle daily na sina ubaya. Yeah, nashikisha kama bebe isili, na washikisha na manjebe baridi. Kuzidi nitazidi, wazidi kusikia vibaya. Sasa mini donga, boss lady wasikie vibaya.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Mountains for you, Yesu wangu anaweza, anaweza.
He can move any mountains for you, any mountains for you. Anaweza, yeah, anaweza.
All things possibility with God of ability, ability. God of ability.
They call me Shana the Dawn. Shana got ability like Yahweh. He suppressed the kings of the underworld, my way. Rock of the ages, ancient of days, lily of the valley and the bright and morning star. Anything is possible with him. He raised up the dead after days in the grave. Parted the sea for the nation in a minute. He'll answer your matter in less than a minute.
I can move any mountains for you. Mountains for you. Yesu wangu anaweza, anaweza.
He can move any mountains for you, any mountains for you. Anaweza, yeah, anaweza.
All things possibility with God of ability, ability. Possibility. All things possibility with God of ability, ability.
Inna the dark when it's tough, you always stepping up. Endless possibilities, salute the Holy Trinity, yeah. See, no eye ever seen it, no ear ever heard it. I know man can't conceive it. The good things in store for those who love him. I'm ready now to see the impossible.
And he said I can move any mountains for you, mountains for you. Yesu wangu anaweza, anaweza.
He can move any mountains for you, any mountains for you, yeah, anaweza.
All things possibility with God of ability, ability. Possibility. All things possibility with God of ability, ability. Possibility. And he said I can move any mountains for you, mountains for you. Yesu wangu anaweza, anaweza.
He can move any mountains for you, any mountains for you. Anaweza, yeah, anaweza.
He can move any mountains for you, mountains for you. Yesu wangu anaweza, anaweza.
He can move any mountains for you, any mountains for you. Anaweza, yeah, anaweza.
From sunrise to sunset,